If you think the Vortex helps you get things in focus, try becoming a premium member on RealCatholicTV.com for the best shows on earth. The benefits are out of this world.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. You've probably by now heard of the kerfuffle which the national media turned into a liberal crusade against Rush Limbaugh about the Georgetown Law School student Sandra Fluke's defense of contraception. Many aspects have been dissected about this headline and follow-up stories. Limbaugh's apology, the plot by Nancy Pelosi to trot out Miss Fluke as a political sideshow in the first place, the new revelations that Fluke is a much more activist than student, and on and on. But none of those are the concern of this Vortex. What is the response of Georgetown University President Dr. John J. DeGioia. He sent an email to the entire student body after Rush Limbaugh talked about the story and called her an unsavory name. In that email, he decried a lack of civility on the part of Limbaugh, who later issued an apology. What the email, nor any subsequent communication from the Jesuit-run Catholic University talked about, however, was the substance of what Fluke talked about before the Congressional Committee, that contraception is a good and necessary thing. In all the hubbub and liberal uproar, which even prompted a phone call from Obama to Fluke, congratulating and comforting her, the only thing that was talked about was the reaction to what she said, not actually what she said. Okay, you can never expect Obama or the progressive liberal press corps to zone in on the issue of intrinsic evil of contraception and instead choose to beat the drum and make the celebrity victim out of Fluke that she really isn't, in a long line of such people. But what about Catholic Georgetown? Where are the priests who should have care for this woman's soul? Where is the institutional fretting from a supposedly Catholic school supposedly imparting supposed Catholic values to supposedly all of their students? It's simply not there. That's where it is. They are perfectly happy with letting the argument revolve and devolve around issues like civility and religious liberty and freedom of expression, as long as it's said politely. They don't care what's being said as long as it's said with a respectful tone. They would have hated John the Baptist. Oops, did I say hate? Bad word there. No matter what issue comes up about the faith, especially in the arena of sexual morality, there is always this dancing around and deference given to every single aspect of the discussion except the heart of the matter. Look, Fluke is a law student at a Catholic university who, according to reports, has apparently been quite the feminist liberal activist in these areas of sexual promiscuity for years now. Whatever her personal beliefs, she has no concern about sitting in front of the United States Congress, regardless of how much of a setup it was by Nancy Pelosi and a willing agent Fluke was. She sits in front of the Congressional Committee and announces to the world that evil is actually good. She's entitled to her opinion. She's entitled to a microphone that Congress gives to her. But she's also entitled to hear the truth from the Catholic University which she attends, and it's quite evident that she hasn't gotten that truth, and that is what's disturbing. This has a very close parallel to the case we profiled the week before last of the senior political science major at Catholic University of America who wrote her thoughts about why the Catholic Church teaching is wrong with regard to contraception. The issue is not contraception, at least not in the most basic underlying issue. It's the near total capitulation on the part of church leadership to step out and explain the truth. And this includes supposed Catholic universities who are allowed to keep using their association, or the name Catholic, and yet keep turning out prodigies and soldiers and heroes for the culture of death. How can the bishops of the United States, on the one hand, decry the horror of having our religious liberties curtailed, as if that was the most important issue, and yet on the other hand, continue to allow our schools and churches to turn out the very people who grow up and then work to take those same liberties away? Nobody can have it both ways. That proverbial cake that everyone wants to eat and have at the same time doesn't exist. There is no Catholic identity, and hence nothing but a remnant of the faith left, because it has not been defined as strongly and stalwartly as it should have been and should be even today. How many parishes have to close and university faculty and administrators keep ignoring Catholic truth before something is finally done? Apparently, the damage still isn't extensive enough. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.